Yo, what's up, Broncos country? How's it going today, guys? So, we got some massive breaking news coming out of the Mile High City. The Denver Broncos and tackle Garrett Bowles have agreed to a 4-year contract extension, upwards of $82 million, $42 million guaranteed. Now, this is huge, massive news. Um, the reason for that is because now we have our offensive line at least solidified for at least the next year, if not 2 years. 2025 and 2026, our offensive line is solidified, with Mike McGlinchey, Quinn Miners, Luke Wattenberg, Ben Powers, and now Garrett Bowles. Huge, huge news. And that's one of the biggest things I was hoping for this coming up offseason because as most of you know, or if you don't know now, I will tell you, Bowles was up at the end of this year. Like his contract expired. He was going to be a free agent. And I was pounding the table, especially on this podcast and, talking to other people. I've been pounding the table. They need to re sign Garrett Bowles. Now, I didn't expect a 4-year contract. I really didn't. I expected maybe a 2-year contract. Me and Muhammad have talked about it on this page. I talked, about, with him being, I think he's 32, he's going to be 33 at the start of next year. I was saying they need to give him a 2-year contract extension. That way they can, give this, offensive line, keep it intact pretty much. Keep this offensive line intact and then go out and get some weapons and maybe draft your tackle of the future. Maybe this draft, if you can find one in the later rounds or draft him in 2026, that way you could move on from Garrett Bowles whenever he, retires. Or if the Broncos, just say, hey, we're done. We're not going to sign you anymore. I was like, I wanted a 2-year deal. That way, at least can keep the Broncos offensive line together for at least 2 more years. And, they can go out and get weapons for Bo Nix, give, this offensive line continuity, together with Bo Nix for another couple of years. And the Broncos just blew me out of the water. I was expecting at the most maybe a 2-year deal because, and not just the Broncos in themselves, but also Garrett Bowles. I figured maybe after 2 more years, being 35, he'd probably want to retire. And usually right around mid 30s, 36, 37, that's usually when tackles really start retiring. But nowadays, it seems like tackles are playing longer. I think Lane Johnson, Trent Williams, they're like 36, 37. So, and I think Jason Kelsey, he retired last year. I think he was almost 40. I think he was like 39. So offensive linemen are playing a lot longer. So this is a great deal. Um, like I said, it keeps the Broncos offensive line together for another at least 2 years. I think the next two up on the offensive line, I think Luke Wattenberg and Ben Powers are up in 2 years. And then after that, I think Mike McGlinchey's up after 3 years. Quinn Miners has got 4 years, and then now Garrett Bowles has got 4 years. But this keeps this offensive line together for at least 2025 and 2026. That way we can build, we can put more pieces on the defense, we can add more weapons to the offense for Bo Nix in the offense. So massive, massive news. I am so happy. Like I said, $82 million, $42 million of it is guaranteed over 4 years. Now that's probably because I don't know, maybe year 3 or 4. Maybe this is a 2-year contract. I haven't really looked all the way down the contract of it yet. It hasn't been made public, but maybe the last 2 years are like void years to where like maybe the third year they're like, okay, Bowles has been playing good, 2025, 2026, he's played good. So let's keep him around for 2027. If he plays good in 2027, if he wants, he might stick around for his last year. Who knows? But massive breaking news. Now the Broncos this year, like this coming up off season, they have a lot of free agents coming up. They got both their backup quarterbacks, Jared Sims, Zach Wilson, I believe, are free agents. There's a couple others in there, but like I said, Bowles to me was the biggest one that they had to get done. But so far this year, before the season, during the season, the Broncos have gotten 4 contracts done. They signed Quinn Miners to an extension right before the season started. They signed Patrick Surtain to one of the biggest, cornerback contracts in, ever before the season. They re-signed Jonathan Cooper during this season, about a month or so ago. They re-signed him, and now they re-signed left tackle Garrett Bowles, which is massive. They're trying to keep this core together, and this is something that we didn't see in prior years from Sean Payton. Like Sean Payton, Sometimes he makes decisions that makes me question what the heck are you doing, Sean? But he is getting these deals done. He's got this team in the playoffs. He realizes how valuable the offensive line is and how valuable it is at left tackle to protect your young quarterback. Now, I know a lot of people don't like this. They don't think Garrett Bowles is, worthy of a contract because he holds so much. But honestly, I've said this before. Yes, in the past, whenever he was younger, 2017, 18, 19, all the way up to his 2020 season, I was always getting so angry at Bowles because he would constantly hold, all this stuff. But now, honestly, I don't care about the holds. I'd rather take a 10-yard penalty than our quarterback get his freaking head knocked off from a pass rusher coming from behind because he can't see him coming you know, and this deal had to get done. You had to solidify the left tackle position. You couldn't go like I think Garrett out of all the left tackle or tackles that were going to be free agents, Garrett Bolles was the best going to be a free agent. And honestly, this also given Bolles a 4-year contract, that also helps the Broncos. Now they can hear maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but in like 2027, maybe they can go into the draft and find their next future left tackle or tackle because they might, re-sign Mike McGlinchey. They might let him go, but this gives you, at least 3 years, or I would say two, to go out there and you can draft a tackle and let him sit and develop. So great news. You know, I'm happy about this. I'm glad they got Garrett Bowles done. There's a few other guys, that well, I shouldn't say a few, but we're gonna have a lot of free agents this offseason. Now, I think this is probably gonna be the last signing within season. Like I said, they did Sertan and Quinn Miners before the season started. They did Jonathan Cooper and Garrett Bowles during the season. I think these are the last signings we're gonna see until the offseason. And like re-signings, I should say. And honestly, I like Javonte Williams, he's a free agent. I don't think he's coming back. Michael Burton's a free agent. I don't think he's coming back. Zach Wilson, Jared Stidham, they're free agents. Maybe one of those guys comes back just for continuity to have in the quarterback room that knows the system. And this is huge. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for the game on Sunday. Me and Muhammad had our prediction video last night. But huge, huge news, man. If you're not excited about this, get excited because at least we know our offensive line is going to be together for the next 2 years, and Bo Nix is going to be well protected. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe on this video. Also hit the bell notification so whenever me and Muhammad go live on Sundays or Mondays, you know. And like I said, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I talk to you guys later. Peace.